Hello, I'm Guelda Redman, and this is Elevating Women in Business podcast, where I share tips and strategies to help your business grow. And sometimes we speak to business women to learn from their lived experience. Welcome to Season 2.
Hi, all. This is Guelda Redman. I am the founder of the BC Women's Business Network, and I'm also the host of Elevating Women in Business, which is my podcast. And this is season 2. We've done season 1, not as many interviews as I had hoped, but definitely a good start to this podcast. But season 2, we're going to do something a little bit different. And it's going to be still doing some amazing interviews with some amazing women in our group. They are basically will be our member spotlights. But in between, we'll also just have tips, strategies that I'm going to share, kind of like a conversation. I'm just going to get on here and pretend like I am talking to you at a meeting, and I hope that what you will find with this is a lot of value. Please, let's start some conversation. So in the comments, please ask questions, make comments. If there's things that you disagree with, or because I am not going to profess that I know everything. I will never say that. I am on a learning journey just like everybody else. And so I want to make sure that you know that I am here to learn just as much as anybody else is. So please share your wisdom with me and the rest of everyone who is watching. And if you have questions, and if somebody else has questions, please jump into the comments and let's all share our knowledge in there as we grow our businesses. So one of the things that I see a lot, I hear a lot, is that women have started these amazing businesses, and they're doing like they're busy all the time, but it's not growing. And so it really begs the question, like, why is my business not growing, even though I think I'm doing all the things? Um, and if you're feeling that way, you are not alone at all. I think all of us feel this way at some point in time. And I think that we all have this sense of everybody else knows what they're doing. And it's just me. It's just me sitting here feeling very incompetent, very alone and frustrated. And it's amazing what you learn. That's one of the great things about our meetings is it's amazing what you learn when you get together with other women who are on the same journey that you are. And you find out that they're they've got the exact same struggles. We've all got these same struggles. And I mean, I guess if you've gone to business school, then maybe you've got a little bit more of a handle on things. But I think even then, their strategies are changing all the time. How people are hearing what you're saying is changing all the time, and there's no one way to do it. So this is one of the things if you haven't seen, I do a business chats with Guelda on, and it's usually released on a Wednesday unless I haven't gotten around to it because I'm really, really bad at my own scheduling. But it's one of the ending taglines is that you don't have to build your business alone, and you don't have to build it like anybody else. And I really believe that. I really feel that we all have our own strategies. So when we are offering tips or strategies for you, it comes from a place of, maybe this is what I tried. But that's why I want you to comment in the comments. If you've done something else that worked, then please share that and let us know, because as I say, I am no um, expert at all of this. I know what I've done, but I don't know it all. None of us do. So, and if you're feeling like an imposter, hello, I'm right there with you. I definitely um, feel all the feels that you feel. And I want just to encourage you that it's okay. We're all on a journey, and it's okay to be at your place of your journey at this point in time. And it's all good. We're learning together. So, um, I have written out some questions, basically, some questions that I know um, that women have asked, and I just want to give you my take on these. So, one of the questions is, why do so many women feel like they're working hard but not growing? And I really feel that a lot of times we start out our businesses with great passion. We are very passionate about what we feel like what we need to do. And um but very often we jump into it without really clarifying some of the pieces that we really need to know. And those are, what do we want our business to accomplish? So typically, as women, we've got, and I shouldn't say that. I always say that typically as women. So the women in our group, for the most part, they are creating businesses that are um, that are meeting a need, that are helping women overcome a challenge that they're having. And what happens is, as a woman, you meet up with a challenge, you figure out how to overcome it, and then you're very excited about that and you want to share it with everybody else. Because being nurturers, we don't want to see someone else who's going through the same pain that we were going through, but and we've got an answer and we're not sharing it with them. So we start these amazing heart-led businesses that we are really, really passionate about, and we jump into them, but maybe we haven't sort of thought through the whole business plan part of it before we actually get started. Now, I want to say I don't do the business plan where we're thinking, figuring out all the financial parts. I think that that is best done with your bookkeeper or accountant. I do not have that expertise in accounting. I have my own accountant that helps me with all of that. So that's not the part that I'm talking about. I'm talking about really clarifying what your business will be doing. So what your vision for your business is, how it will be doing that, which is your mission, and who it's going to be doing it for, your ideal client. Um, you want to know what values your business will stick to. You want to you want to know, I mean, you're going to know, you got to figure out who the ideal client is, but then you also have to really think through, the marketing of it is going to be, how do you speak to that person? Where do you find that person? Um, and another thing that I really find women, we're so bad at asking for help. Um, we always feel like we should be able to do it. We should be able to do it alone. And I want you to know that the successful businesses are getting help, whether that is a business coach or a mentor or coming to meetings where you can ask the questions within the meeting and get answers or suggestions, ideas from everyone else at that meeting. And what I've been seeing a lot lately in conversations and networking is that there seems to be two types of business owners. And there is the do-it-yourselfer who figures they have to do it all on their own. And then there's the one who says, I need a mentor. And what a mentor is going to be for you is finding somebody who has gone before you. It might be even a different type of business, but they've created a business and they understand the steps that are needed to be successful. So you want to find someone who is successful in their business, and you're going to just pick their brain a bit, and they will, be honest with you and share knowledge with you, and give you insights into what you need to be doing. And the biggest thing that is going to do for you, because if you can do it yourself, there's successful businesses where, the women are doing it on their own. But the biggest difference between doing on your own and finding a mentor who can help you through your challenges is the speed with which you will grow. Um, Usually, if you're trying to do it all your own and you don't have anybody else that you're asking questions, you're going to make a lot of mistakes, and that's fine. Mistakes are part of the becoming. It's not a problem. Mistakes are totally okay because that's where we're learning. But if you have a chance to learn from somebody else's mistakes before you even make them, it's going to go faster and it's going to be helpful for you. And asking for help and finding a mentor or a business coach. This is some part of, I think what a lot of us feel is that when we're starting out, we don't want to be spending money on business coaches because we don't have it to begin with, right? And I guess that's part of your financial, figuring out your financials before you get started is you need to also make sure that you have money that you can invest in your own learning. And that's where a business coach or taking some online courses, there's lots of different organizations, especially have courses for women entrepreneurs. So many. And if you want to know who they are, um, comment and ask me because I am happy to pass them on. And I have some links on my website as well, for different organizations where you can get really reasonably priced workshops from experts in the field. And we need to be taking advantage of that and making an investment in our businesses and what we're doing. Um, So some of the businesses that, sorry, I'm looking down because I have my notes because I want to make sure that I don't forget anything for you. Um, Specific situations or businesses that I would say really reflect the benefit in mentors, and I think ones that it's kind of built into becoming part of it because they're more established and they're more you're it's more like you're joining a team. So things like joining a mortgage broker firm or joining a realtor's office, um, multi-level marketing, direct sales. Oftentimes, you have a team that's there to support you and answer questions. And so, in all of these types of businesses, that's kind of built into it. And so make sure that if it is, that you are taking advantage of that because that's what is going to help you grow faster. But other businesses, quite often we feel very isolated in. So maybe you've taken you've got your certification for being a coach, but when you open your business, it's more isolated. You're more on your own. Now, there are going to be groups where you can get together with others and you will be able to answer questions. So please, please, please take advantage of those. Make sure that you're finding the groups where the other successful coaches are, where you can connect and learn from them. But in some of those cases, you're going to have to go looking for your mentor or your tribe that's going to help you. And I will also say that sometimes with other businesses, it's not that they're business type exclusive. A lot of these things that you need to be doing are very generic. Like we all have your the way what you write up is going to be completely different from somebody else, but the base questions that you'll be answering are the same for every business type that you go through. But sometimes we are trying to do it on our own and then we feel like we are stuck. And we have a hard time moving forward because we're not sure what to do. And we're afraid that if we make a wrong choice, that's going to waste some time. Um, Maybe it'll make us feel even less self-confident. Maybe it will make, we're worried that other people will see that and think, oh, she doesn't know what the heck she's doing. And so sometimes we end up coming to a point where we need to make a decision in order to move forward, but we feel unable to make that decision because of our insecurities, or probably more relevant is our lack of people to talk to and ask whether or not it's a good idea or not. If it's something you've never done before, you are not going to feel confident doing it. And here's the thing about confidence. Confidence doesn't come from planning every detail out. It comes from doing it. It comes from doing it and figuring out the details as you go and learning from mistakes and learning from successes so that next time you have a better idea. And there still might be some mistakes. Every time you do it, you may come across something because situations are going to change. Whatever you're doing, situations change. It's never all the same. So, but confidence is going to come from stepping out from behind your whiteboard where you're writing down all your notes and your schedules and everything else. If you're looking at your calendar and your I'm doing it this day note in the on the days in the boxes is constantly being crossed out and moved forward, you are lacking confidence that you will not get until you do it. Sometimes it's a matter of just not having a clue what to do. So what do should I be doing today that's going to move the needle for me? And the only way that you're going to know that is if you have sat down and figured out your goals. Where do you want to be in 5 years? Where do you have to be in 1 year in order to be there in 5 years? Where do you have to be in 6 months in order to be there by the end of the year? Where do you have to be monthly in order to be there at 6 months, and weekly and daily? What are the tasks that are revenue generating and moving you forward? What are the things that are moving you towards your goal? And if you have tasks that you're doing that are not moving you forward, then it's just busy work. Some things are necessary, like bookkeeping, and it's hard to think that bookkeeping is, moving us forward at all because it's just work. So perhaps you think to yourself, okay, if I am actually doing revenue producing tasks that I am earning money doing, then if I am making X number of dollars and hiring a bookkeeper would be less, then hire a bookkeeper. Spending your revenue making time doing tasks that are not going to earn you anything or bring you clients is it's just busy work, and there's no purpose to it. I mean, it's stuff that has to get done, but you do not have to do it. You do not have to do it yourself, all of it. And so some of us, because we don't have goals, we just know that we want to be successful. That's my goal. I want to be successful and I want to help people. So then we wing it. We sit down at the desk and we think, okay, gee, what should I do? Oh, maybe I should go and um, make some comments in some Facebook groups. 3 hours later, after scrolling and getting caught up in the scroll, then we're thinking, okay, what's the next thing need to do? Oh, I'll go through my emails. Well, even with emails, there's going to be some emails that you're going to want to open, and others you don't need to even open them. They're not moving you forward. And every time you sign up for something, you are going to get 50 million emails that are trying to sell you something or whatever. Don't open them. Don't waste that time. So if you're sitting down with tasks that you know you need to get done for that day, you focus on those tasks and you focus on growing and moving towards the goals you have set. And if And sometimes, so some of the things that we think that we're trying to focus on, we're focusing on, but they might not move you forward, are things like learning. How often do you think, oh, I will do this, but I think I need to take one more workshop. I need to take one more course. And we get into this loop of never feeling ready, never feeling confident because we're not doing it. We're not going to build confidence unless we're doing it. And we get this sense that everybody else knows more than us. So we have to keep learning, keep taking more courses. And I'll be honest, because this is probably one of the categories I find myself in as well. I love learning new things, and I'm not saying don't learn new things. I'm saying it has to be balanced with getting revenue generating tasks and tasks that are moving you towards your goals. It has to be balanced with those. You have to be getting that done. Um, you feel like you have to prepare more. I want to do a workshop, but I don't have all of um, my slides done yet. So I'm going to wait until I've got all my slides done. And it's a 1 hour workshop, so there's a lot of slides, and so it's going to take me a while. Guess what? You can make slides on the go. If you are doing a workshop, the best thing that you can do is book that workshop, and now you've got a date you have to get them done by, and you'll get it done. And if you don't, you still run that workshop without the slides because you're still giving information. And you're continually, every time you do that workshop, you're going to continually make it better, make it better, make it better all the time. So here's the thing is you can spend a month. I mean, I could easily spend a month creating a workshop or a course. You can spend that time and you meticulously write it all out. And then when you go to present it, realize that, well, that didn't really work very well. So now you're going to have a whole bunch of tweaks anyways. So don't worry about it being perfect the first time. What you're teaching is going to be something you know. And you don't have to have all the perfect slides. In fact, a lot of times I see when when these amazing people are doing workshops, the slides they have don't even have a ton of information on them. What they have is is a few words that help to bring that to mind, right? What they're talking about. And so utilize that as well. And we get so busy with just busy work. Reading emails, commenting in Facebook, creating posts. One of the things with posts that you need to really be conscious of is that when you post something on Facebook or Instagram, it it has a very small and short shelf life. And then it's down in the scroll and no one's ever going to see it again. So maybe things that are going to move the needle a little bit better are things that are more evergreen that if you have a website, having a blog or doing podcasts, um, writing articles, right? Find people with newsletters that you can write articles in their newsletters. Trade off. If you have a newsletter and someone else has a newsletter, trade off being able to write articles in each other's newsletters. There's a lot of things that if that newsletter is then being stored on a website, that information is going to be there searchable for ages, right? Um, but if it's in a scroll on Facebook, chances are very, very few people are ever going to see it again. Your your podcasts that are linked, your blog posts that are linked, your articles that are linked, your newsletters, all of those things are searchable and are going to bring people to you. Um, so remember that. Don't waste as much time um, with the social media posts um, because they're temporary visibility, and that's fine. I mean, we need to increase our visibility, and so you do want to be posting in social media, but that is temporary visibility. And what you also want to be working on is your long-term visibility, which are going to be those other pieces. So if you are working on your business, you're feeling alone, you're feeling like you're doing it all, but you're doing it all wrong, you're not sure what to do, I really encourage you to clarify your business for yourself. I want you to clarify what your business is to accomplish, what your vision is, what your mission is. I want you to think about the values that you want associated with your business and the values that you're going to use as markers when you're making decisions or when you're working with people. I want you to think about who it is that you are serving. And don't just say, well, anyone can buy my product or I can serve anybody. I want you to really drill down to the person that really needs your service. What are their pain points? What do they need? And also where will you find them so that you can market? I want you to set goals. Your 5 year, your 1 year, your 6 month, your monthly, your weekly, your daily. I want you to set goals that are measurable. And I want you to, I'm not going to say make enormous goals because we want them to be just outside of what you right now think is realistic. So it's something that, it's not easy to strive for. Maybe it's going to be a little bit harder to get there, but it will help push you to do the things because this goal is not going to be easy to meet, but you're gonna meet it by George. You want to set tasks, daily tasks, weekly tasks that are going to move you towards these goals. You're gonna quit chasing those shiny objects, those things where someone says, "Oh, I wish you did this," or "You could be doing this." And when you actually look at what it is and you compare it up against your vision, your mission, your goals, it doesn't fit. They're actually an easy no, even though they sound like a heck of a lot of fun. Um, and it doesn't mean that it's no forever. But for right now, where I am today, I'm not going to chase that because it's not moving my needle right now, not in the direction I need it to. And I encourage you to ask questions. Be part of a networking group. Find a networking group that resonates with you. We have a networking group. It's not for everybody. Some people are looking for a different type of networking group. For the women who love ours, come to the meetings. Ask questions. Ask questions in the Facebook group. Ask questions in the comments. Ask questions um, in wherever. Send me emails. Okay. We have a leadership team and we want to know what your questions are because the thing that is that we're often wondering what do we need to be sharing. And if you're asking questions, then we know that needs to be shared. And then we can help not just you, but anybody else who maybe was afraid to ask that question. No dumb questions, please. Just ask questions. So I want to just remind you, the BC Women's Business Network was started oh, sorry, I bumped my camera. The BC Women's Business Network was started to give a safe space for women who were building businesses to meet, to have a voice, to share who they are, and to network with other women who are on the same journey that they are on. This is a group where all the women are traveling the same road. They have multiple different business types, but an idea coming from somebody, a realtor, might still work for somebody maybe that sells fashion. A lot of times, the ideas, even that come up, just might trigger something else. You may not do it the same way, but it triggers an idea of how maybe you could do it for your business. And it's all about figuring that out, sharing that. Um, Our meetings are about building relationships. So I'm not talking about building friendships, although there have been some amazing, amazing friendships that have come out of this group. I'm talking about building relationships like mentorships, groups where they maybe do accountability with each other. And they're completely different business types, but they recognize the fact that they need accountability, so they'll do accountability groups. There are some amazing collaborations that are coming out of the group and great referral partners who um, you're going to meet another business, but maybe has the exact same ideal client that you have. And so you can be referring each other. And the great part about the building of the relationships is that you know these women. You know their heart, you know their integrity, you know their character, you know what their business does, and you know that when you refer someone to them, you know whether or not they're going to do like do their best for that person. The know, like, and trust is so important. Um, and I think as women, it's even more important because we care about the people we care about, and we're not going to refer someone to someone that we're not sure has their best interests at heart. We don't want to refer them to somebody who's just out to make a sale. We want to refer them to somebody who's going to take care of them. So when you are meeting these people, referral partners, they're sharing their network with you. You're sharing your network with them. So now you've doubled your network. Not only that, but every person in their network knows multiple people. And so they may know somebody else who needs your services as well. So those people as well, if they trust your referral partner enough to take the referral from them for you, they're going to know that you're a good person. That know, like, and trust kind of is going to trickle down. So your network will be growing. And one of the most exciting things I see in a networking group is when we are learning together. When someone comes in and they're having an issue, they can't quite figure out how to solve it, they bring it to the meeting, and it's like a little mini mastermind about how to help each other, how to what other people did, because probably somebody else has already been through it. They might tell you how they got through it, and other people may give you ideas of how they might try. And probably something's going to work. And if it didn't, then the next month when you come back, you say, okay, that didn't work. What? Give me some more ideas, right? There's always people there that are going to do their best to help you, want to see you succeed. This is a tribe of women that cannot wait to lift you up and celebrate your successes. So I invite you to join us at a meeting. You can check us out at our website. I'll put all the contact info down below. But in the meantime, I want to really encourage you that you don't have to build your business alone. There are groups out there who are wanting to help support and encourage you, share their knowledge with you. And we can't wait to meet you. Thank you so much, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you for joining us. I invite you to subscribe and join us again next time on Elevating Women in Business.